Why Drake is Unk. All right, let me ask you something real quick. When was the last time you heard a rapper get absolutely cooked by the internet and still somehow drop 3 albums at once? Because that is exactly where we are with Drake right now. And if you have been online at all this year, you already know the conversation. Drake is Unk. And today, we're going to break down exactly why the internet came to that conclusion, whether it is actually fair, and where things really stand beyond 2026. Now, before you close out of this video, hear me out. I am 18 years old. My playlist looks completely different from the people who have been dragging Drake online. So I am coming at this from a fresh angle. Not here to clap for Kendrick, not here to ride for Drake, just here to give you the real picture. Because I think a lot of people are getting this wrong. So stick with me. We are going to cover what Unk actually means, why the beef with Kendrick lit this whole thing up, how Drake responded, why judging his ICEMAN project after just 24 or 48 hours was a mistake, and then we are going to look at what the charts actually say, because the numbers tell a very different story than the memes do. Let us get into it. First things first, what does Unk even mean? If you grew up in Black culture, you already know. Unk is short for uncle. And calling someone Unk is a way of saying they are getting older, a little out of touch, maybe trying a bit too hard to stay relevant. It is not always mean. Sometimes it is actually a term of respect. Like, yeah, you are the OG. We still see you. But you are not the young one anymore. The term really blew up on the internet around June 2021, when a TikTok went viral of someone getting called Unk and realizing they had crossed over into that category. From there, Gen Z ran with it, and by 2024, it had found its biggest target yet, Drake. Now let us talk about how we got here, because the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef of 2024 was unlike anything hip-hop had seen in a long time. It started when Kendrick hopped on a Future and Metro Boomin record called Like That and basically declared himself the best rapper alive. No features, no collaboration, just a direct challenge. Drake responded, Kendrick responded back, and then it escalated fast. We are talking accusations flying back and forth, legal filings, diss tracks dropping in real time, fans losing their minds on social media every single day. It was a whole moment. But when the dust settled, the internet declared Kendrick the winner. His track, Not Like Us, hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It won 5 Grammys, including Song of the Year and Record of the Year. And then Kendrick performed it at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2025, in front of millions of people. That was his victory lap. Drake tried to fight back. He released a massive 100 gigabyte data dump in August of 2024. Music, private conversations, behind-the-scenes footage. Reddit and social media absolutely roasted him for it. People said it was desperate, that it was a very Unk move, trying too hard when the moment had already passed. And then there was the moment on a Kickstream where Aiden Ross read a fan comment to Drake that said, "Where's the album, Unk?"
Someone said, "Where's the album, Unk?" Where's your album?
First of all, fuck you.
Me? Oh, him.
I don't know, both of y'all.
Unk. You're not Unk yet.
Unk is crazy.
The point is, he was clearly bothered. And the internet noticed. The fact that the label stung that much just confirmed it for a lot of people. His lawsuit against Universal Music Group over the certified lyric from Not Like Us was also dismissed. The judge basically said that in the context of a rap battle, listeners would not take those words as statements of fact. That was another public L added to the pile. So with all of that as the backdrop, Drake came back in May of 2026, and not quietly. He dropped 3 albums at the same time, ICEMAN, Habibti, and Maid of Honor. 43 tracks, nearly 2.5 hours of new music in one day. Some people saw it as a comeback. A lot of people online saw it as more of the same desperate energy. But here is where I have to pump the brakes. Judging ICEMAN after just 24 or 48 hours was a mistake. A real one. And I think the hate came too fast without people actually sitting with the project the right way. Here is why. ICEMAN is not just an audio project. Drake has been releasing a visual with each track. Every song comes with a video designed to put you in the right headspace for what you are hearing. So if you just threw it on in the background while scrolling your phone and then went online to say it was mid, you did not actually give it a fair shot. You listened to half the project. Imagine someone watches a movie with the sound off and then tells you it was boring. You would say that is not a real review. The same logic applies here. The ICEMAN songs that already have visuals out include ICEMAN, Nokia, Housekeeping Knows, Way Too Sexy, Flight of the Navigator, and Make Them Pay. Each video has a specific aesthetic, a specific mood, a specific story it is trying to tell alongside the music. When you watch and listen together, the project hits differently. So before you write off the whole thing based on a 24-hour first take, give the visuals a chance. Now here's the part where I want to challenge the UNC narrative directly. Because whether you like Drake or not, there is a real question underneath all of this that deserves a serious answer. Does hip-hop need Drake right now? Look at what was topping the charts around this same time last year in 2025. You had songs like Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar still getting major run. You had Big Dogs by Hannah Mankind and Calvin Harris, Timeless by Playboi Carti featuring The Weeknd, TV Off by Kendrick Lamar featuring Lefty Gunplay, and Squabble Up by Kendrick Lamar. A lot of Kendrick, which makes sense given the cultural moment. Now look at what is topping the charts in 2026. You have Boyfriend by Sabrina Carpenter, Love Me Now by XG, and a heavy rotation of pop-leaning hip-hop and R&B crossovers. The landscape is shifting. And here's the thing. That is actually Drake's lane. That blend of rap and melody and pop sensibility that everyone wants to claim is sellout music, that is the sound dominating right now. So when people say Drake is out of touch, I have to ask, out of touch with what? Because the charts are not exactly playing grimy underground rap at the top spot. The mainstream still sounds like Drake, even when Drake is not on it. I am 18. My playlist is different from someone who was riding hard for Drake in 2012. But even I can see that a lot of the artists I listened to were influenced by what Drake built. The melodic hooks, the vulnerable bars, the production style. That DNA is everywhere. Now let me give you the fair side too, because there are legitimate reasons the UNC conversation started. Drake has been commercially dominant for over a decade. He has been the best-selling rapper for 10 consecutive years. 10 in a row. That is actually wild. But being commercially dominant and being culturally relevant are two different things. And the beef with Kendrick exposed the gap there that Drake has not fully closed. There is also the question of hunger. Kendrick feels like he is fighting for something. Drake sometimes feels like he is maintaining something. And audiences can feel that difference. When you have been at the top that long, it is easy for people to want to see something fresh. The 100 gigabyte release, the lawsuit, the reaction to being called UNC on a live stream, these all painted a picture of someone who cares deeply about what people think. And that vulnerability, while very human, does read as a little UNC when you contrast it with Kendrick just letting the music speak. So where does this leave us? Is Drake UNC? Yes and no. He is absolutely older in the culture. He is not setting the tone the way he did in 2015 or 2018. The beef showed some cracks. The reaction showed he is human. And some of the moves he made did come across as desperate. But here's what I want you to take away. UNC does not mean irrelevant. UNC does not mean done. Some of the best music of any artist's career comes after they stop trying to win the moment and just make what they want to make. And if ICEMAN, when watched with all the visuals, turns out to be a real body of work, that changes the conversation. Give it a full listen. Watch the videos. Then form your opinion. The internet moves fast. Hip-hop history moves slow. And what looks like a loss in real time sometimes looks very different in 10 years. I personally think he dumped his hard drive to satisfy his contract. Let me know what you guys think. It's Balboa.